A bit about Trimble and the agriculture.
Sure. We just celebrated 40 years of Trimble. It was started by a brilliant engineer from Caltech called Charlie Trimble, who, by the way, is legally blind. Okay, so he sees like this, and yet he was able to develop the world's first commercial GPS solution. That was 40 years ago. And he ran the company till about 1999, mainly as a commercial GPS company. Okay? Then in 1999, the current CEO came on board. His name is Stephen Berglund. And he said Trimble needs to transform itself first. What he did was he said he came through an acquisition, and that acquisition gave Trimble the first commercial application of GPS, which still forms our bread and butter. It's called survey and mapping solutions. So for land survey, mapping of assets, and so on. Then we built the same technology into different major verticals. So the major verticals we serve today are survey and mapping. So where we do land survey, mapping of assets, mapping of utilities, and so on. We apply similar technology in construction, in road, rail, bridges, tunnels, metros, high-speed rail, horizontal construction, as well as vertical construction, such as buildings, such as towers, such as statues, tall statues. जो सरदार पटेल statue जो है, at least 2 Trimble technologies are utilized. Then we apply similar technology in agriculture. We call it precision agriculture. The word precision is very important because we precisely give input, we precisely measure, and we precisely measure, the output and the yield and the soil conditions and so on. Okay, so it's very, very precise, both in terms of location and the values. We do the same thing in transport logistics, where we are tracking vehicles, we are tracking cargo, we are tracking people, and so on. So these are the 4 major verticals in which Trimble operates today. In agriculture, we do what we call as precision agriculture, where we have a couple of different major solutions. We work with a lot of OEMs, agriculture OEMs, to put our solutions in their tractors and implements. We also do what we do for water management lasers, and we provide artificial intelligence and machine learning kind of latest tools to the farmers so that they can manage their farm much better. So we call it connected farm, where information from various parts of the field, various aspects, whether there is a disease, whether there is a soil condition, whether there is a drought or whatever, we are able to manage all that information and give the farmer a holistic picture of how his farm is doing as an ecosystem. So as far as agriculture is concerned, we do that. And we do similar things in other verticals also. Now, Trimble India, we have about, total headcount of Trimble is about 11,000 people worldwide. We operate in 35 different countries, and our solutions are in over 100 different countries. And in all the continents, including Antarctica, where Trimble GPS stations are stationed to monitor movement of glaciers, the melting rate of ice, and so on and so forth. Arctic, Antarctic, everywhere our solutions are utilized. As far as Trimble India is concerned, we have about close to 1,200 people. So nearly 10% of Trimble is in India, across 6 different locations. NCR is here. Chennai is the biggest facility. We have about 900 people. Pune, Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Bangalore. Now we are opening up a bigger office in Bangalore. And in Hyderabad also. And we also have our distributors and partners countrywide.
They all will be looking after agriculture only?
No. I mentioned 4 big verticals, right? Transport logistics, construction, agriculture, survey mapping. So our partners work in all the areas. In fact, in India, we have very good business in each one of these.
So you yourself is also looking after all the four parameters?
I am responsible for all of Trimble business in India, including agriculture. Trimble agriculture in this region, in the SAARC region, is a new phenomenon, especially precision agriculture. We are operating majorly in two countries in the SAARC region. One is India and the other one is Pakistan.
Sir, here actually my first question also comes, but I would like to appreciate the things. That's why I am starting with the question.
Sure, absolutely.
Actually, it is greetings from Krishi Jagran to you doing work, this type of work. We are happy to note that Trimble is interested to make life of farmers smooth and easy. In these views, can you elaborate how the idea generated to switch over to the agriculture related products? Now I am coming to specific to that which you are going to tell me.
Sure.
Please.
As I said, Trimble has been in the precision agriculture business for over 20 years. As I told you that, the way it started is by accident. As I told you, Trimble was very good in precise survey and mapping and so on. So one day somebody thought, let's get a tractor and put our GPS equipment and see if the tractor can go straight. Why straight is important is, the tractor is not only going by itself, but it's also dragging implements and so on. It's turning, it is plowing, it is planting and so on. Going straight and coming and precise movement is very important because it increases productivity, yield by almost 30 to 40%. It reduces the amount of work the tractor does, the amount of work the farmer does, and it makes the life of the farmer easy. So some brilliant engineer put the GPS and the tractor went straight, very precisely. So he said, wow, this is a new application. That's how it started 20 years ago. And then we started looking at, okay, now how do we level the land straight? Because today, if you look at land leveling, it's as a tractor jata with the scraper and everything, वो बंदा देखता है कि अच्छा ठीक है ये level है, it's like a line of sight, but there is no precise measurement. That is why we call it precision agriculture. So that's how we started implementing these technologies, and it became a big hit with the farmers. Very interestingly, in America, the farms are very big, 500 acres, 1,000 acres. So when they used our technology, they saved water, they saved work, they saved exhaustion and tiredness. So the interesting thing was, one farmer said, the reason I use Trimble Precision Ag technology is because at the end of the day, I can go home and I can still have a discussion with my wife and kids because I'm not dead tired. Okay, that's one example. So it made the life of the farmer easy, it increased the productivity, it became a big hit. Then, very interestingly, one of our partners, SPL Technology, who is featured here, he went to America and he saw this in the farming community, and he decided that we should bring it in India. Even though the fields are smaller, he said water management is still a big issue, because today, if the land is not leveled properly, you are going to have lower yields, more wastage of water, more diseases, and generally, the farmer is not going to get the yield that he wants. So he brought this technology to India, and he became one of our partners.
Sir, as you are telling about the precision, starting from precision, then leveler you were telling about that, and saving of the water. What other technologies are there, or which other machinery which you had introduced to the benefit of the farmers?
Yeah.
Keeping in view the SAARC countries.
Some of the other technology where we find will be useful in SAARC countries is, we have a technology called Green Seeker and soil health monitoring solutions. Green Seeker is a very simple handheld device that checks the nutrient content in the, especially the nitrogen content on a plant. Because today what is happening is that there is over-fertilization. The over-fertilization has bad effect.
That technology is also of Trimble?
Yes,
okay.
It is also driven by Trimble. It is a very sophisticated, it is a very simple device, but yet the algorithm for determining the nitrogen fixation is very sophisticated, and it depends on the geography, it depends on the plant, it depends on the weather and so on. So we have to create specific algorithms for North India for paddy, or North India for sugar, or certain type of soil conditions for a particular plant. So we are doing all that. I think that is very important because today a lot of farmers overuse pesticides, insecticides, as well as fertilizer. What happens is that it bleaches the soil of the nutrients and it actually reduces productivity. But they think that agar leaf bahut hara hoga to bahut badhiya hai, but that is not the case. You may be overdoing it. So this helps, and what it can do is it is very easy to use. The other one is where we have a good amount of competence is in measuring the soil health in terms of the nutrients, in terms of the moisture, in terms of other contents like pesticides or insecticides and so on. So that it is like a soil health card.
Also there on soil health card actually.
Yes, I know.
So if government this concept is there of issuing soil health cards, they are checking it. So you are also having some gadgets or something which will be helping them?
Yes, we have gadgets. In India there is one problem, which is the farm sizes are small and the farmers are not rich. So what we need to do mentally, Trimble, is to think of how to bring technologies, reduce it in price, so one is reduction in price. The second thing is, even if you reduce it in price, can the farmer afford it, or do we need to think of different business models? So for example, the soil health, we have a solution that can basically take a small amount of soil sample and analyze it. But it costs dollars, it costs money. Now we need to figure out a simpler way to do it, a more cost-effective way to do it, and also think of different business model. Everybody is now talking about software as a service, platform as a service, hardware as a service. Everybody wants to do it on a pay-per-use basis. In fact, some of our software, very critical software, we are now giving to our customers on a pay-per-use basis. We need to think of some models like that. Laser levelers. The total market in India is about, I would say, 6,000 laser levelers. But mainly, it is used only in a few states, actually. We sell about 50% of that, but it's used only in Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP. Now, we are trying to expand to other states like Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, where people don't know about this technology. I can tell you that I live in Chennai and I go out to rural areas in Tamil Nadu. There is a real shortage of labor. The farmers are very worried. Suppose the farmer plants.
How you are propagating all this type of things?
Huh?
How you are propagating towards the farmers?
So we, as I said, we sell through partners. So spectropration laser, SPL is one of our partners. Similarly, we are establishing partners in different geographies. So we propagate through them. We go to agri shows, and he's going to talk about precision agriculture. So we go and talk. Your magazines like this really helps a lot because we need to get the message out to the farmers in the language they understand and without any complication. Like you have said here, reduction in time, reduction in water. Yes, farmers are very smart in their own way, right? They understand.
उनको उतना ही बताना है,
सही बताना है, and उनको ये है कि सही information देना है, not all the marketing thing and all that. Just give them proper information, and they are very smart. Also, one more thing let me add here is that Trimble will also benefit by working with the Indian farmer. You know how? And by working with Indian companies. You know why? So far, Trimble's agriculture business, if you take a pyramid, right? The biggest farmers are at the top. Very small number. Like 1,000 acres, 2,000 acres, 5,000 acres. Some of our customers in Brazil, they are like cooperatives that have 1 million acres,
But on cooperative basis.
cooperative basis, right? Or sugar companies. We are targeting the top of the pyramid. By developing technologies for smaller fields, even worldwide, we will be able to target the middle and the bottom of the pyramid. So India, low horsepower, small farms, it is very important for us to develop solutions because this will be applicable worldwide. In Africa, in Eastern Europe, in Europe also the farms are small, Japan, some of the smaller farms in America. So the idea is to bring technology in an affordable way, and that is where India can lead. India can lead the world in lower cost, more flexible technology adoption.